I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, here we go. Brand new week on the KVJ show. Thanks everybody for being here. Virginia had a lovely weekend with your daughter Magnolia back in town from Tallahassee.
We had lots of fun time together.
Now, did she go back or is she still in South Florida?
She is here for the next 2 weeks, and then we bring her back up to FSU on the 18th.
Okay, got to do it all over again, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
It's back and forth and back and forth.
How'd she like being up there for the summer? A good part of it.
She loved it because it really gave her a chance to learn the university before all the kids are there in the fall. Mm-hmm. She felt like she really got a good handle on where everything is before all the stress of thousands and thousands of students. It's much less students in the summertime.
Right.
And she wants to do Rush. She wants to be in a sorority.
Oh.
So it's hard to do Rush and be in your first semester all at the same time and learning. And so I'm happy she did that. I'm happy she went for the summer and got her feet wet, got acclimated. So now she knows where everything is and she can do her Rush without feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah. Falls on college campuses are awesome, but they're crazy.
Right.
There's a lot going on. You'll have football season hitting, and there will be so many parties going on.
And so many more students and navigating all that, and everything's going to be busier. Mm-hmm. Summer gave her a chance to work it all out without a lot of crowding.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Over the weekend, I went to go check out the Dolphins practice that they had. That was a lot of fun. It was in the stadium, so it was a little bit of a different groove, but still pretty cool to go out there and see everybody. And our good friend Christian Wilkins was wearing the orange jersey.
Nice.
So I assume that was his playlist. They were playing in the stadium. He was dancing around, having a good time. He's just got great energy out there. And Denny's, I think we'll have hopefully that petition up pretty quick for Christian Wilkins. He's getting it hammered out right now. Somebody's asking about it.
Yeah, you may have to help Denny's write that up a little bit. He didn't really know what to say about Christian Wilkins.
I think all you have to do, I gave him kind of the description on what to say. I think that's all you need is just that line that I gave him for it. So,
beautiful.
Yeah. So it should already be there.
I hope, hopefully Denny's will tackle that assignment.
Yes. Yeah. Because honestly, if you don't understand what is going on, Christian's in the last year of his deal, but he's got no safety net. If he got hurt this year, he would be a free agent coming off an injury. And he had the most tackles of any defensive tackle last year in the NFL. Guys got to get paid for that, So it's all over Twitter. People are saying, pay the man. But, I don't know if Miami Dolphins see that. So I thought we put all those comments into one petition and be like, hey, just so you know, the fans are behind this guy. Take care of him. Get him signed.
He sacrifices his body.
Oh, I see what you did over there.
Sacrifice?
So we'll have that posted up here in just a little bit. You can get it, sign it, and you can share it if you would, so that we can let the Dolphins know how much taking care of that guy does mean to the fan base.
Amen.
Yeah, they've got a scrimmage on Friday, and if you can go check that out against the Falcons at Hard Rock Stadium, again, they're not going to be home for their next 4 games are away. 2 preseason games, and then the first 2 first 2 games of the season are away. So you got to wait for about another month before you see the Dolphins again. Got some questions here about YouTube. Katie said, I love watching the KVJ show in the morning on YouTube every weekday. I wake up after the show starts, so I'll pull it up and try to watch or listen. However, recently the show has been blocked due to copyright issues.
Oh, no.
Is there anything we can do to stop that so we can watch the entire show?
Is Pink fucking us over again?
Yeah,
what's going on?
Situation.
So they should be up right now. I check it after the show every day. So sometimes what will happen is YouTube will remove the episode after it finishes airing, and then you can go in and remove the copyrighted content. It takes like 3 or 4 hours for it to reprocess, but then it comes back up. So, for instance, on Friday, Death Cab for Cutie from the Draft, that song took off the episode, so I had to go back in and remove that, and it probably posted up around 5 or 6 in the evening on Friday. But that episode should be live now. Today's probably is going to get taken down again because of that song, but I'm going to delete it, fix it, and it'll be back up later in the afternoon. But it just kind of is random what songs it picks. So most of the time we get away with it, but every now and then it does that, and I just have to go in and find it and remove it.
Yeah, it's tough because we can do stuff on the radio that when we then post it onto the digital platforms, we have copyright for it to play on a radio station, but not on a podcast. And so there are segments we have to take out of the show. You'd be going, wait, why is that not on the podcast? It's because it has copyright music and stuff in it, so we can't put it on the podcast.
It really makes the behind the scenes very easy.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah,
it's
no.
such a pain in the
Simple
ass.
process.
I mean, what an annoying fucking problem.
But yeah, no, if you probably went to go look at the live show, it's probably going to be taken down right now. It'll be back up in a couple hours, though.
Yeah, so it's just a lot of tedious work, and we've unfortunately not got the largest staff. It's pretty much Denny's and Suits.
But we see his suits.
Yeah, making it happen.
See you.
I got an email. Michigan Mike had a question as well. He said, I enjoy being active in the live chat, and I was recently told that those comments remain on the video and you get credit, but how does that compare to what shows up when I go back to your show from the day before? I looked up yesterday's show, and it only shows 4 comments. Does YouTube think that you only got 4 comments? Because I bet you got 2,000 comments.
So what it is, and it annoys me so badly. The chat room comments, because you're right, there'd be a ton of comments on our thing. None of those comments make it when it populates and goes up to YouTube.
Wow.
You have to now go into YouTube and write comments as it's a video, not a live stream. And most people are writing in the chat room. They don't even think to go back and write something. But those comments really do, make our show look better. It makes the algorithm change in our favor, but no one's doing it. I mean, the audience could absolutely help us out, but I just don't think people know what to do. It's confusing.
Yeah. He said, I'd like to do whatever we could to show our support, but YouTube is confusing me.
I know.
How's this affecting the algorithm? And what about your monetization and your intended growth? I mean, the intended growth would be ultimately one day to be able to just do everything on a digital platform if we could. But, we do need growth on that. And I got to tell you, honestly, thank you so much because of support today. We got at least over 100 subscribers to YouTube. We're at 27.3. We're really trying to get to 30K. We had over 200 likes today, so thanks for everybody doing that. That's the kind of stuff that if you do like our show and you want to see us get more freedoms, if we can grow in that direction, then it's a little security blanket for us that we can stay a little bit longer and do what we do.
3 people sent me messages over the weekend because they heard us talking about the YouTube problem. They go, Bird, I love your show, and I do try to find your guys' videos. I didn't even know some of these. Like, all of them had the same comment. They didn't even know these videos were up there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know. That's very disheartening, Virginia.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking editing.
And Michigan Mike said, if you think I'm commenting too much, I'll back off. Just having fun and trying to show love while participating. No, comment as much as you like. As long as it's not about Michigan, Mike, you are welcome to put in anything you want.
Everyone will unplug when this goes up, and then no one's going to go back and leave the comments unless they watch the whole thing later on in the day. That's typically who will leave a comment, if anyone does.
Yeah, so all that kind of stuff really does help. So the more we can create that community that is helping us out and kind of pushing the car up the hill, then the better we'll be there. So thank you guys for just taking a second to do that, and it's all free stuff. So we do appreciate that. Let me see. Got an email here from, well, these people are starting to confuse me. Is this Hollywood Dave? Is that who we had last week?
Hollywood Billy.
Oh my gosh, we got Hollywood Dave now.
Okay, there's a Dave and a Billy. Are they related?
And then we have Angie from Hollywood. What the fuck's going on? Are we being taken over by Hollywood?
I think we need to do a live show in Hollywood. My goodness.
We already did that.
Hollywood
KVJ
number.
Nation's in
That's where we
Hollywood.
got fired.
That is where we got fired. I mean,
Yeah, right there.
that station was, I think it was in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Drove by it on Saturday.
Did they throw rocks back at you?
No, they couldn't hit me. Round, drove by too fast. Said, Stat Girl Cindy was turning on me, so I wanted to put a new stat out here. Denny's joke jury laugh count. Since the beginning of this year, Denny's has told 74 jokes, And he has a laugh count. The times that Virginia giggles or laughs out loud, 58 times. So Denny's is 58 for 74 on his joke jury. Very nice.
All right.
Yeah. And he said, any other games I can track for you? I have Excel sheets and automation, AI technology that Cindy uses. Oh, very cool.
I don't know. There's been some rumors in the hallway that Hink Pink might be making a resurgence.
It's in a little bit
It
here
came
and there.
back.
Yeah, spiked in it because people kind of requested it. So I said, I'll at least give you 1 week here. Some Hank
It's back, and I don't want to brag, but I'm the champ.
Where's your robe, heartless champ?
It's right there.
Yeah, I've been wearing that thing all week.
Well, it was wet from your pit stains, so that's why I took it off.
I play hard. How dare you question that?
You're so moist.
I want to tell you, I have a lot of anxiety issues.
We're talking about the new world record set for smashing walnuts on your head, and you said it was tough to find. And Marius found them for $2.94 on anuts.com. There you go. Apparently you can order them right there.
Don't they look like old people balls? Like
They
old
do.
man testicles.
Those
Yeah.
look like old man by the pool with loose shorts on.
And he
Yeah.
hasn't been out of the sun in 9 days.
Wrinkled scroti.
It looks like a dried, wrinkled scroti.
Yeah.
But they're kind of like pale. Don't
They are.
balls get dark?
I mean, I think it depends on the balls and what you're doing with said balls.
How busy are your balls?
I'm out in I'm out in my yard a lot naked, so I'm sure my balls are tanner than your average American ball.
Thank God for that fence.
A great fence.
Yes.
And that's just from my neighbor.
Your fence is doing the Lord's work.
It is. No, I'm the kind of neighbor that needs to be. I got to get some trees because I still think people can kind of see me a little bit.
I want trees too.
Yeah,
I
I-
want to plant a big tree so bad.
Yeah, I need as much privacy as possible.
Good idea. Yeah, I could see that.
The good idea is going outside naked or trees.
I think the trees, but yeah, you should be able to go outside naked. Like maybe, you ever seen those kind of like skinny pine tree kind of things?
Yeah.
Like, I could see a bunch of those. They would go up, plant them on the inside of where that fence line is.
Yes.
Oh, that could look real good.
That would look
Ralston.
really nice.
Yeah.
And just to throw some more shade on the yard or on your house or both.
Y'all give me a tree bone piece right now.
Yeah.
I've been dreaming about a tree. I want a tree so bad.
I got a bone piece. She's getting tree wet.
Yeah, right?
I'm moist like your armpits.
We love trees. I think you love trees as well. I think
do.
we all like that
Big
stuff.
fan of it. Yeah.
I am such a fan of trees and bushes and all
Yeah.
things horticulture.
Yes, bushes.
It does so much. Yeah, when you got shrubs. Got an email here from Deanna said, I thought Virginia was crazy, throwing out that crazy stat about 9 out of 10 men in parking lots.
Maybe more, Deanna.
But then it happened to me, and I thought, I can't wait to tell her. I was leaving Publix with 2 big bags of ice, the big boy ones, the 16-pounders.
Oh,
Those are good. You must have been going on the boat or had an ice chest to fill.
There was no carts when I walked in, so I had to carry them, leaving with each in one hand. Why did a order guy walk behind me and say, it would suck if you were ticklish?
Ugh.
When I say I almost hit him with a bag of ice, that was so creepy. I just looked at him like he was insane and bolted to my car. I need to know how V would have handled that. I think he's trying to be funny.
He was.
Yeah.
He was trying to be funny.
If he's an old man trying to be funny, I don't usually get sassy with them.
That doesn't sound like a murderous situation here.
No, I mean, yes, it's tone deaf and creepy, but if I size him up and I'm not intimidated and he's an older guy and he's just kind of out of touch with his offbeat tickle joke, I don't come for him. But 9 out of 10 guys, he can't help himself.
Virginia's right though. There is some old timey guys.
Yeah.
They have kind of like the va va voom kind of personality.
Hey.
And
I'd like to tickle you there, sweet cheeks.
I'm with you. I don't think they're bad in nature, but it's just like they're just out of touch.
Yeah, simmer down, Grandpa. We don't talk like that anymore.
That,
But
that comment hasn't aged well.
it hasn't.
And Grandpa's he's got one foot in the grave anyway. He's like, I'm not fucking changing.
You ain't changing
No,
him.
no.
No.
Now you're just in a weird, uncomfortable moment in the parking lot. You did the right thing. Just shuffle to your car, get the hell out of there, and try to move on.
We always got to understand each other. He's got to understand he's being creepy. She's got to understand he's an old timey fuck that's just trying to be cute.
He still thinks he's got it. Oh, I'm going to make a funny joke and make this young girl laugh.
Bet you any money threw in a wink.
Yeah.
Winks, man. Winks are kind of fucking creepy.
The wink has definitely taken a turn.
We've aged out of the wink. I don't think it's a good move. It just looks fucking creepy.
Don't be winking at people now.
Plus, I'm so not a good winker. Look how I wink. There's no way I can make winking sexy. It's just, I look like I'm having a fucking stroke.
It's a pretty interesting wink, yeah.
Yeah, it's not. That's getting nobody.
It's not.
That ain't getting anyone.
It's not bringing any girls to the yard.
No.
Yeah. Let me see. Jonathan said real quick, want to give a shout out in the chat to Yoni. Also, I want to say that Virginia looks fine with that dress. I was watching an old KVJ video since I was bored, and I've been caught up with the show for almost 3 years consistently. So you guys have put Virginia's butt around the office. So my question is, did anything ever come of it? Did Panda get upset? Did it fly under the radar? And even provided the old photos to show.
Is that your ass or that's Panda's ass, right?
I think that's Kevin's.
Is that my ass?
That's not mine.
That's a fun game to play. Whose KVJ ass is this?
I don't think that's mine. Mine doesn't look like that.
Yours doesn't have hair coming out of it? I mean, that's a man's ass.
I mean,
right?
how
Yeah, I was
embarrassing.
gonna say.
If people think that's my hairy ass,
It's like,
I
Virginia,
need
you've been
to...
doing a lot of squats.
That's fucked up.
Man, those shower squats are paying off.
Bitch needs to go get some laser hair on her ass cheeks.
We got to get some nair for that hair.
Yeah, okay. That
That's
might have
too
been my
funny.
ass. I don't remember, but that's why I was saying.
That looks like your ass, Kevin.
yeah,
It's a power ass.
It
well,
is.
that probably was a punishment for something, and that's why I was saying tail end of last week, and some people volunteered. I want to start going through some of our, best punishments, and they'd be fun to do again.
would.
And
We
share
did.
with somebody else.
We made a plaster mold of my ass because producer Heather did it. And I was completely naked, and she just did a whole plaster thing of it, and we hung that on the wall.
We did that because at the time we weren't getting prizes consistently for the contests and games we wanted to play on the air. So we were, instead, if you called in to play a game, you would win some kind of body part, a plaster body part of one of the KVJ.
We were gonna do a whole wall of them and call it "Get Your Ass Plastered."
Yeah,
and have them all over the wall.
It went nowhere
I
quickly.
was
Yeah,
the
I thought
only
it'd
one
been
that
great.
did it.
Yeah,
I did it, and then it just died.
didn't catch on.
I don't think anyone wants any, the sculpt of our ass.
Panda-
Yours.
Panda found the other day. Remember when I had Panda paint a pumpkin on my booty?
I do.
That he found that came up on his time hop.
We should bring that back. You couldn't do pumpkin on. You could do Frankenstein because I got a flat ass and Frankenstein's got a flat face. You could paint Frankenstein on my ass. Or not. We don't have to do it.
I like the pumpkins better. We could all be pumpkins. Frankenstein don't make no sense.
Boy, Joe, you know,
I don't
a
want
room.
to call you out, but that's dumb.
I don't think you be the fucking pumpkin, which I think is a great idea.
No, you have to be a pumpkin too. We're all pumpkins.
I don't know, man. I kind of think. Let me have my Frankenstein. Now I gotta prove something to you.
Frankenstein don't make sense.
Frankenstein ass will make sense. It will make sense.
doesn't make sense.
It will.
I'm trying to save you.
Nah, I don't. That's what, from what? Ridicule? I don't give a fuck about that.
Earlier on the show today, I told you that a date and time has been set. I saw in the family chat that Caitlin has set up an appointment for her and my wife to get their neck tattoos Saturday at 6 p.m.
Whoa.
So, yeah, I saw that right before going to bed, and then I just was, nothing
Frazzled.
but thoughts. Yeah, it's just like, okay, it's real now. And I thought of a ton of different stuff. So I'm like, all right, how am I going to approach this? How am I going to handle this? What are my thoughts on this? Lauren had said regarding the neck tattoo, why doesn't Kim and Caitlin get the temporary tattoos first? They last 1 to 2 years, and after that time, they can either proceed with the permanent tattoo or not. Yeah, that was part of it as well. I thought at least, hey, do the henna, see where that goes. And, the first compromise I was hoping to make is, do the same tattoo, but do it, on the back of your neck or on your back or somewhere else on your body. Just can we just keep the front of the neck and the face off limits? Can you just do me that one favor?
You don't want to date Post Malone?
Yeah, could you do me that one favor? Everything else, go ahead. I can live with it. I'm good with it.
It's not gonna get better now.
Yeah. Can we do that? Because, and I thought, I'm like, let's say that it does turn out disastrous. And now what? You got to pay for the laser thing, which I hear is expensive and painful.
Or you just have to you have to take the 3 crosses and turn it into something else. I'll turn it into a waffle.
Yeah.
If something doesn't, if it looks like
waffle.
shit. Just whatever your
somebody had
desire
said
is.
too, it's tougher, especially as you get a little bit older, that the neck skin gets loose almost a lot of times first.
Okay.
And so how long would that actually be firm skin? Before too long, I don't know. The crosses might just start looking like plus signs.
Got a bit of a situation developing in the chat room. Something's tracking right now. Caitlin Ralston is in the chat room, and she says it's the side of the neck, so not so aggressive.
Side of the neck, like where? How far from the jugular?
And Caitlin, how many inches do you think it would be? Is it going to be like 3-4 inch crosses on the neck, or is it going to be little cutesy crosses? See what I'm saying? Because you could do 3 crosses and it could be kind of thin and not as big and bold. Because I'm picturing, like a fucking turtleneck.
Yeah, I had something really pronounced.
Caitlin, you got to help your daddy.
Yeah.
He's struggling.
I'm waiting for a response. It's tough to talk to somebody in the chat room and then wait for the response while you're doing a broadcast.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. Mary said regarding the wife and daughter's neck tattoo, my suggestion is to let them know that you never put your foot down for anything, but this situation is causing you so much stress and anxiety that if you could do Dad one solid and compromise. Again, like put it on the back of the neck so it's not visible. And to me, if it could be covered by hair, all right, I think we can do that. But I just think that where you are dealing with families and kids.
Unless you grow a goatee, it's not going to be covered by hair.
I just think that it will make employment more challenging. And honestly, getting a great job is challenging enough, isn't it? Do we have to make anything more difficult?
Amen.
I know I probably sound like a dad, but...
You do, but you are a dad. I mean, how the hell else are you supposed to sound? Mm-hmm. You're trying to be the voice of reason and be a parental guide. That's your job. Mm-hmm. If you weren't doing that, then you wouldn't be doing your job.
Do you want an update from Caitlin Ralston, or...?
I think she said you wouldn't see it from the front. To me, I mean, it's not just that. I think it's that you see it at all. When you're in, to me, tattoos done well is you should be able to have a business setting look where people wouldn't know that you are tatted. Because I think that a lot of people still have judgment, make conclusions, whatever, that I don't think we're still in this free and easy market of, okay, yeah, tattoos are whatever you want to do.
So front or side would be problematic for Kevin. But Kevin is trying to say, how about the back, Caitlin?
Okay,
would you do the back as a compromise with Sweet Daddy?
We'll wait for your response. People are saying have her call in if you want me.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to her?
Uh-huh. And, Angie said they can make their own decisions on what to put on their bodies. And that was what I'd had a conversation about before was, part of the thought that I had with myself last night, the conversation, like, I don't want to be a jerk. And I agree with what you're saying on that. So I'm like, yeah, I do agree that, you should be able to put whatever you want on your body. But I do know that, one, at least when it comes to my wife, I don't think I would find it overly attractive to have the neck tattoo. And then two, if tattoos cause problems with employment for my wife and my daughter, that ultimately is stress that falls on me because now it's like, okay, we've got people that are looking for money. It's got to come from somewhere.
Daddy doesn't want to pay all the bills when the neck tat gets you fired.
Yeah, I'm stressed enough. And then if it's all riding on you, it's like,
Look, no one's saying you can't do whatever. Of course, you can do whatever you want to your body. We all agree with that.
But Daddy knows Daddy's going to have to pay the bills.
But to your point, you
right.
It's kind of like if the queen hates you with a shaved head, and you go home and shave your head, and you don't have to shave your head, but you're doing it to cultivate a look, and
Right.
she's so she's not into that. Where that's where I think things get. Yeah, of course you can do whatever you want.
What I was thinking about is there are two things to it. You could say is the one side of it is I think that you should love your partner, your spouse, no matter how they look, and I do believe in that. Let's say, and I saw somebody last week. It was amazing. It was a guy that was fighting Russia. He was Ukrainian. And he had been hit by some flash bomb, and his face was just, it looked. And his wife was loving on him and was right there with him by his side. And I said, okay, well, you could argue that. Is she truly attracted to him physically that way now? And I'm sure that it's probably challenging, but she loves him so much. That wasn't something he chose.
Right.
This is something where you say, hey, I'm not necessarily attracted to that. You can choose this. And that's where I find the difference to be. Yeah, I'm always going to love my wife no matter what and, do what I can to find her attractive. But I think part of it is like, if it still goes on, it's like I'm making a statement where you told me that you probably are not going to be attracted to a neck tattoo, but I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to do it anyway. And then that's kind of a constant reminder of, like I said, hair, do what you want, all kinds of different changes, clothes, be you. I want you to be yourself. I'm all big on that. But to me, I feel like as a spouse, sometimes you do at least have a right to say, hey, here's what I do and don't find attractive.
Yeah, I think if everyone's honest with each other,
Yeah.
that's a real thing.
And
Yes.
I don't feel, and I had a long talk to myself, I don't feel like I'm being a jerk just by saying I don't find neck tattoos attractive.
Dog, you're not a jerk to your wife. You're a very nice person.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I am
And
on
you're
that.
going to be paying all the bills when they both get
Oh,
fired
you're
for
nice.
neck tats.
You're a sucker, but you're
Yeah.
a very nice person.
You're the sweetest sucker we've ever sucked on.
Yeah, and that's where, to me, then that adds the stress on top of everything else. So that's where there's a well up of emotions on a lot of things. There's
It's
fear,
a lot.
concern. Yeah,
It's a lot, and it's deep rooted, and it's layered, and it's more than just looks. It's you're fearful for how they'll be accepted or not accepted out in the real world.
And this is on the heels of Boston Cream Ralston. Boston Ralston.
yeah.
Does the activity slow? What if the activity?
Well, Grant said reverse cowgirl it is. So I was like, yep. Yep.
That's awesome.
Carla said about the neck tattoo, just say no. You are her husband and you have the right to say no. You are not going to do it. How many times has she said no for you? This is the way good marriages go. If she doesn't want to look good for you, what is the purpose of being together? Is Carla's comment. Yeah, I think that's a little bit of a harder edge than where I am. But yeah, there's an element of that where, like I said, if there were a choice that I want to take, and my wife is like, you're going to look terrible that way. Don't do it. I would be like, okay, yeah, I have a choice. I'm not going to do it.
I don't
would
want to look
respect that.
terrible to
Yeah.
my wife.
And it's not me being true to myself or I'm denying myself. It's like, no, what my wife says and her opinion matters a lot to me, and I'm showing her that it does.
You're able to compromise your own personal feelings.
Right.
You may want to do the thing, it's in your spirit, but
Yeah.
because you're hashtag being cool about the sitch, you would
Right.
probably not.
Yeah, that's just it. I want to send the message to her that, hey, I'm going to make this sacrifice for you because that will make our marriage better and stronger. And that's my thought on it. So where we wind up here in the next 4 days and what comes out of it, I don't know. It's going to be a very emotional week for me.
Have we talked about touching up the Kevin Ralston face tattoo to make it look more like you?
Honestly,
a
Virginia-
lot of people have said that doesn't look anything like Kevin.
I know, yeah,
We
right.
can only handle one tattoo drama at a time.
Yeah,
let's
let's
get through
get
this one
through
first.
this.
If we can redirect her energy to fixing the Kevin face,
I
you
think
can still get a tattoo, but just don't get a neck tattoo.
I
Yeah.
think it's adorable how everyone's trying to tell you how to do everything with your situation.
Fix Kevin's face.
It's
Yeah.
you-
One
what-
thing at a time.
What's gonna happen is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Speak
So,
your piece, and if
That's all I can do.
That's all you can do,
I
man.
can let the queen know how I feel about it and be like, hey, and then what you do, and then I gotta, just deal with what happens, the fallout from it, and my own feelings from it.
If it comes from a place of love and not
Yeah.
dickiness, and you're not being
Yeah.
a dick. It's coming from love, and then hey, say la vie. You said your piece. If you're gonna get a tat, you're gonna get a tat.
I feel there's a lot of really solid reasons to not do this, and I'm trying to express that to you in the strongest way that I can. And if it just goes ignored, then all right, then I'll figure out where I am on Sunday after I see it.
Tell this tattoo artist to take a dive. Call in sick. Give him like $100. just elongate the time.
Tattoo. They love to do. They love to ink up, bro. They love to do it, man. They're gonna cancel.
Some other things that happened on today's show. We were talking about those dogs that eat poo and why exactly. That also came out of FML. Somebody was buying their dog very expensive food, and they're like going, okay, so I buy this really nice food, and then it likes to eat crap all the time. Why? Doug said it's called coprophagia. It's from the Greek, and it's about eating feces. It is done by some herbivores to assist in digesting tough plant material. Some dogs may lack critical digestive enzymes when they're only eating processed dried foods, so they gain these from consuming fecal matter. They will only eat fecal matter that is less than 2 days old. Studies of this behavior in dogs shows that 16 to 24% of all dogs eat their poo.
How much?
16 to 24%.
That makes sense to me.
It's a lot of poo eating.
It's a lot of dogs. Yeah, it's a quarter of the dog community.
Yeah, they say 2 ways to get them to stop is 1, spray pineapple juice on the poo. It gives it a bad taste, as does habanero sauce.
Oh man,
But at that point, why don't you just pick the shit up?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you out there seasoning turds? Like, just pick the motherfucker up.
And you're being a dick too. You're gonna burn
If I
your...
saw somebody out there putting hot sauce on a turd, I'd be like, what is that
What
guy
are you doing?
Yeah, you're
What
right.
are you doing?
You video that guy.
Yeah.
Pick up your poop and stop burning your dog's mouth.
Why are you seasoning your shit? Just pick it up, man. That's crazy. Eliana said you were talking about Leo Messi's goal celebrations, and was he getting a kickback from Marvel because he's done a Black Panther and a Thor one? Apparently, the story behind it, he had actually promised his 3 sons to do a celebration representing things they love each time he scores. And that's why he did the Thor and the Wakanda celebrations, and he does them looking toward his sons when he does that for that reason.
Oh, that's sweet.
How about that, huh? That's interesting stuff. Boy, I mean, as much as he's scoring, what is it, 7 goals, 4 games?
Yeah,
I mean, that's probably the hardest part of him playing soccer is thinking up new celebrations.
Okay, what else do my kids like?
That's crazy. It's a cool explanation, though. Let me see. We got anonymous email here. We were talking on the regular show about quiet firing, and that is where you, in a sense, is an owner of a business or a manager. You don't train somebody as well, and you kind of just hope that they kind of drop off and quit. So it's kind of making the work environment not awesome for them. He said, yeah, the thing about owning a business, if you got an employee that works for you for too long and you want to get rid of them, and if you fire them, they can collect unemployment. And if you get them to quit, then there's grounds for you not paying them unemployment. So you cut their hours back slowly every week until they just stop showing up. So I guess as the business owner, you don't want to fire them because now it's more money out of your pocket. You love it. It's kind of like maybe like a divorce, you know, where it's like when they go out and your spouse you're paying alimony on goes and gets remarried. I had a buddy of mine that was paying so much, and he had a good bit of money. And his ex-wife, I don't know why, wound up marrying this dude that I think tried to get a cut of the ultimate money. But then as soon as they got married, my buddy got to stop paying her.
What a dummy.
And then the new husband cheated on her quickly, and then there she goes. And
Oh, he had to be like, this is the best.
yeah, I was like, wow, what a save for him.
You could pay a guy $10,000 and look, I need you to go date my wife for a little while, talk her into marrying you, and when she does it, that's when your alimony stops.
Sounds like the plot of a shitty 80s movie.
That might have been what happened there.
Yeah, crazy, huh?
He marries her, and then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, he cheats on her.
It sounds sus.
It sounds
as they
sussy.
say.
Very
Yeah.
sussy.
So that would be kind of the situation you want. You're just hoping that they quit. And when they do, they're like, thank you, God.
Yeah,
I don't have to fire them and don't have to pay them any money.
it's crazy.
Debbie is clearing this up. Suits was talking about how his mom was screaming in the middle of the night saying she had seen a coral snake in their house, which is one of the most venomous snakes on the planet.
It's quite a tale.
But there's one that's poisonous and one that's not of coral snakes, but there's another kind of snake that looks like the coral snake. And to know if red touches yellow, kill a fellow, red touches black, friend of Jack. So you want red touching black, not red touching yellow.
I would never remember that in the middle of fear.
Think
and
of
it
like
biting me.
the McDonald's colors. You don't
Oh.
want those two together.
Red and yellow.
Red and yellow.
I do in my belly.
Are you going to eat today?
Maybe. I still got some work to do.
We've got to get you a sandwich.
Nah,
What will be the first thing you eat when you do eat again?
probably a sandwich,
Okay.
like a 3 cheese sandwich or something.
And you haven't eaten since Thursday? Mm-hmm. Damn.
Wow.
Feel great.
Do you? Okay.
I don't know. I kind of feel numb.
Drew said, hey, Jaybird, did you see the 2 Bigfoot sightings yesterday at Yellowstone? A couple was recording what they thought were 2 bears walking on all fours, and when all of a sudden they look at the camera, they stand on their 2 legs and start full speed sprinting away. This is the best quality video I've ever seen. Please look it up.
I will. I've not seen it. I'm looking it up right now. Oh, boy. It's a 7-minute video, so hold on.
Okay. Well, something, I guess, to check out today that you could report
I will.
back on.
I'll maybe put on social media for the good people.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see anything about that anywhere. Not giving Bigfoot his due, huh?
Yeah, the problem with the Bigfoot stuff is I love the tale. I love the story of a Bigfoot and the species. It's just there's been so much shitty footage when it comes to Bigfoot.
Yeah, okay.
It's hurt the cause.
has.
And then you got some motherfuckers clearly dressing in costumes, but they go
Right.
real far
Yeah.
and try to make it blurry, and they'll upload it, and then news people will legit report on it, and it's clearly a fake.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's kind of like nobody believes when you see a sun bear. They think it's a dude in a bear costume.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, there you go. Thank you for the heads up on all that. For all your emails and your help today. You ever got a comment you want to get through to us, mail at kvjshow.com. Have an amazing Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.